Broadcasting in digital stereo, online, on your mobile phone and on your home devices.
Right here, right now.
Newport City Radio.
Good afternoon, hope you're doing alright. It's myself, Stephen. Hello, mate.
Good afternoon.
And Luke is here as well.
Good afternoon.
At 2:55, Stephen, what were your thoughts on the impending game with Oldham Athletic, not Oldham Town, which I might have called them in the marquee yesterday by mistake?
Yeah, I was feeling quite confident, to be honest. We had two good results in the Cup. Oldham's record wasn't the best. I think they've won one away since August. They failed to score in 7 of their league games. Only 3 clean sheets all season. So I was thinking County can have a good afternoon.
Okay, Luke.
Good afternoon, everyone. I was quite optimistic yesterday going into the game. Even though our league form, our slate hasn't been the best, we lost our last 2 performances in the Cup, have kind of glossed over the league results, but let's have a listen to the commentary.
Absolutely.
Good afternoon from a cold and damp Rodney Parade, where Newport County are taking on Oldham Athletic, who lie 3rd bottom in the League 2 table. Well, 2 comprehensive Cup victories in the past 11 days have disguised the fact that County haven't won in the league for over a month, when they beat Scunthorpe United 2-1 here, and have only taken 1 point from the last 3 League 2 games. So this is a good chance against a struggling side to get back to winning ways and arrest a slide that's seen County drop from the automatic promotion places down to 9th in the table. So about 25 yards out, slightly right of centre. 5 Oldham players around the ball. And it's left for McCann, who plays it short to Maurice, right side of the wall, and a brilliant save by the shoulder of Nick Townsend. Keeps the ball out of the net. Well, a training ground routine. 5 men, 4 of them running over the ball. McCann then looked as though he was going to shoot, but just played it short to one of the runners, Maurice, who set off down the right side of the Newport County wall. He fired a shot in on target, but Townsend stood tall to deflect it behind for a corner. So the ball poked into the feet of Labadie, but he couldn't quite get the ball out in a position to shoot from the edge of the area. Now Haynes left, cuts back, plays the cross in, flicked on by Abrams. Matt jumps, but it's a good punch by De La Paz under pressure. Corey Whiteley, right side of the box, fires it in low across goal, and it's gathered on the wet turf by De La Paz, the goalkeeper. Shot on target, 22 minutes. And it's from Corey Whiteley. Corner from the left, taken by Johnny Smith. Missilou comes across. It's the short option, played low to Maurice, who flicks it back to the edge of the box. Bullet shot from well outside the area, flashes wide from Hamer. And played down the left now for Oldham. Good crossing position, and then Smith forces a save from Townsend, and it's into the corner of the net on the rebound from the number 2, Zach Mills, right on half-time. Nick Townsend with a second good save of the match to deny Smith, but he could only push it out as far as Zach Mills up from wing-back, and he fired it in to the right corner of the net. Townsend got a glove on it, but couldn't keep it out, and Oldham Athletic have the lead 1 minute into added time. Missilou, as Oldham push for a second. Picked up by Whiteley. He's got 3 County forwards ahead of him, and again the pass is poor, picked up by Wheater, stepping out from centre back, goes for goal, a low shot, and it's well held by Townsend. Just to his right. Oldham looking stronger and stronger as the half goes on. And that is the half-time whistle from referee Craig Keats. A couple of isolated boos there, unhappy with County's first half showing. And really, they've only had 1 tame shot saved in that first period by goalkeeper Ernst De La Paz. Oldham, meanwhile, have forced Townsend at the other end of the pitch into at least 3 good saves. That goal had been coming, hadn't it, Stephen, at the end of the half?
Yeah, definitely. I think Oldham have had a few chances, haven't they? And they look dangerous on the break. They've been, they well rehearsed the set pieces as well, and Townsend did well to save from Smith, but unfortunately it fell to Mills. And obviously there's the benefits of having the wing back system, I suppose. He's up that far up the pitch, and Townsend tried his best to keep it out, but obviously it just beat him at his post. So not nice to use some isolated boos, is it? But I suppose, people pay their money, they're entitled to their opinion. So hopefully better from County in the second half. I think Michael Flynn is probably a little bit frustrated. Like I said earlier, I don't think his instructions are quite coming off or getting across to the team.
High boot from Bennett, who tries to shot from outside the area, and it just swerved low to the keeper's right. But De La Paz got down well to save, but County's best effort of the game so far, just before the hour mark. Stott gives the ball away to Labadie, plays it over the top for Abrahams, wide on the right. Lines up, Weetu falls over, Abrahams pokes it towards goal and gets underneath the shot and scoops it over the top. Well, it was a good break, Labadie getting things going, and Abrahams really testing the Oldham defence. David Weetu got himself in all sorts of trouble, fell over, but the angle was quite tight, and Abrahams tried a toe poke and just got too much of the boot underneath the ball, and it went over the bar. With 35 seconds to go, 1-0 down. Townsend slips as he puts everything into that kick. O'Brien's flick finds Dolan, and he goes for goal from a long way out, but the shot is well wide to the right of goal, and that will be the last chance for Newport County in this match. And here's George Nurse on the right. Can he deliver one final telling pass into the Oldham penalty area? No, he can't. That's full time, and Oldham, 22nd in League 2 going into this game, have recorded just their second away win of the season after going 5 trips on the road without one since August, and after losing just once here in the whole of 2019, Newport County have now lost 2 league games in a row after being defeated by Salford City last time out. County slipping away from the sharp end of the table. They've been doing well in the cups meanwhile, but league form is a worry now. 4 games without a win, and 3 of them being defeats, 3 losses in a row. Well, the Oldham players celebrate on the far side in front of a healthy away following, and they'll be really happy with this afternoon. But County, so disappointed.
Yeah, definitely, Chris. I think they're disappointed and frustrating afternoon for the fans. I think Oldham, I think the game plan is spot on. I think Dino Mamria has got now his 4th win in his 11 games that he's been in charge. So I think he'll be a very happy man tonight. And I'm not sure where County slipped to in the league. But as you said earlier in commentary, County were in a good position this time last season, and it started to go a little bit wobbly, although it finished all right in the end. Maybe you could argue that the cups are affecting the league form, I'm not so sure. So they're in 11th, is it, that they're in now? I think it's 4 points off the playoffs, is it, or 3 points? Still not the end of the world, is it? I mean, still up in a good position. They got games in hand as well, so I'm sure if they win those, they'll get back up where they need to be. I think Mike Flynn, I think he'll be quite disappointed tonight, won't he?
Yeah, it's the lack of goals as well. With a very blunt attack, just 17 scored in 17 games, and there's only the bottom 3 who have a record as bad as that. Very disappointing afternoon here. The rain may have stopped, but the misery continues for Newport County as the final score at Rodney Parade reads Newport County 0, Oldham Athletic 1.
Thank you to Chris and Stephen for that one. As we can hear from the commentary, a very, very disgruntled set of fans and a very gloomy day and a very gloomy match. We'll get Stephen and Luke's thoughts on the game in a couple of seconds' time. Stephen, the bit that we do right now is player tweets. What have we got?
Yep, actually the players have not tweeted, and they also didn't do the press conferences either.
Absolutely. So again, I don't know whether I'm not going to read anything into that. I'm not going to say anything, that to allude anything there. But I think the lack of that may say something.
Yeah, I think it. At least Mike Flynn came out. I think. I think in times like this, I think the players have got to basically answer questions. I think you can't hide away from the media or the fans. So it's a bit strange that they didn't come out, but I'm sure Mike Flynn had his reasons for doing it.
Let's hear from Flynny.
Very poor. Look, I thought there was two poor teams. They got the goal, and we didn't look like scoring. So no point. Look, we haven't been cut open. We're switching off. We're not looking positive going forward. It's not good enough. Too many balls wasted, too many crosses, hit the front man, and we got work to do. It's nothing that we haven't been through before. We've done last year, we've done the year before, and definitely the year before that. So, look, I've got work to do. Robbie was out.
Yeah, what was the matter with Robbie?
He had a calf strain. So he's out. Obviously, Mickey. You start looking at then. You got from the team that got us to the playoffs. You missed Regan, Joe, but you start saying it's 6-8 today, and you can see why we looked like at best a mid-table team. That's exactly where we are in a minute. I thought Nick was excellent today, so he was the only one who looked that he was better in this league actually for us. It's easy to say that, you have all the cliches. Look, we went long today. I don't tell them to go and play long. I don't tell them to kick the ball out of play. I don't tell them to hit the front man on a cross. It's expectation. Are we going to turn into Real Madrid overnight? No. Let's make that clear. We are where we are. Are they going to be up for Friday? Of course they are. They were up for today. I thought we battled really well. First half, conceded a poor goal, and then second half was just over it everything, under it everything. Whatever we didn't over it, we under it. It was poor, really poor, and I've had to make a couple of forced changes.
Okay, the thoughts of the manager after the Oldham game. So much to talk about on that one. I want to talk about the whole incident of him turning around and saying about the Real Madrid comment a little bit later in the show and address that a little bit further. But let's stick with the game. Matt Price on Facebook, on County Chat, said, Oldham, very disappointing. Good attacking formation, but with about as much imagination as a repeat of Dad's Army. The long ball game doesn't work. Why persist with it? Oldham were there for the taking and County bottled it. Need 100% better against Tiptree or else. So that's Mark's thoughts on it. Luke, your thoughts at 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon?
I was bitterly disappointed. I thought that was a really poor performance from us yesterday. No attacking spark. Like Flynny said, every time we went forward, we either overhit it or we underhit it. But I think Josh Ian was a big miss yesterday. People moaning about the way we played. I think when Josh Ian comes back in, he'll make a bit of a difference. But we were talking off air. We kind of bypassed the midfield with the long balls from the centre halves up to Jimmy Omat or Poi Gamond, and we just bypassed the midfield, and maybe that's where we're getting our lack of creativity at the moment, lack of goals.
As you said the word midfield, I wrote it 10 as well on my pad, so we'll come back to that in a second. Stephen, what's your thoughts at 5 o'clock?
Yeah, I was disappointed just as much as Michael Flynn was and the fans. I think Oldham tactically outthought Newport. I think Dino Marmaria, he did the same with Stevenage last season when they won 1-0 April, I think it was last year, when he was at Stevenage. Well, I noticed it all.